In 1901, divers pulled something impossible from the Mediterranean. See, a 2,000-year-old machine that shouldn't exist. The CIA has spent decades trying to crack a medieval book, and failed. A radio telescope detected a signal from space so shocking that the scientist who found it wrote just one word, wow. And in 1518, an entire city danced itself to death in the streets. These aren't legends or myths, they're real historical events that have left the world's top experts completely baffled. I'm about to show you 7 mysteries so mind-bending, they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about human history. Some of these discoveries are so controversial, they've been covered up for decades. Buckle up, because what you're about to see will change how you look at the past forever. Our first mystery takes us to the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea, where in 1901, sponge divers discovered something impossible, the Antikythera Mechanism, a bronze device, so complex that scientists initially thought it was a modern contamination. This 2,000-year-old Greek artifact contains over 30 interlocking bronze gears that could predict eclipses, track planetary movements, and even calculate the dates of Olympic Games. The level of precision required to create this device wouldn't be seen again until astronomical clocks appeared in Europe. 1,000 years later, who built this ancient computer, and what other technologies did they possess that we've lost to time? In the archives of Yale University sits a book that has driven cryptographers to madness for over a century, the Voynich Manuscript. 240 pages of completely unknown script, bizarre illustrations of plants that don't exist, and astronomical diagrams that make no sense. Carbon dating confirms it's from the 15th century, but the language has never been deciphered. The CIA, NSA, and world-renowned linguists have all failed to crack its code. Some believe it's an elaborate hoax. Others think it's written in a lost language, and a few even suggest it's not from this world. What secrets does this mysterious book hold? Deep in the Taklamakan Desert of China, archaeologists made a discovery that rewrote history books. Perfectly preserved mummies with European features, blonde hair, and blue eyes, dating back 4,000 years. These aren't Chinese mummies, they're Caucasian, buried in a land where they seemingly don't belong. The Tarim Mummies wore woolen clothing and were buried with cheese, bread, and even ancient musical instruments. DNA analysis confirms they're of European origin. But how did they get to remote China thousands of years before the Silk Road existed? Were they explorers, traders, or something else entirely? In the Peruvian desert, etched into the ground on a scale so massive they can only be fully appreciated from the sky, are the Nazca Lines, created between 500 BC and 500 AD. These geoglyphs include perfect geometric shapes, animals, and humanoid figures, some stretching over 1,000 feet long. But here's the mystery. The Nazca people had no way to fly. So how did they create these precise designs that can only be seen from hundreds of feet in the air? Some theories suggest they're astronomical calendars. Others believe they're ritual pathways. They were created to be seen by visitors from the sky. On August 15, 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio detected something extraordinary. A signal from space so strong and unusual that astronomer Jerry Ehman wrote, "Wow," in the margin of the printout. The signal lasted 72 seconds, came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, and matched the frequency scientists believe would be used for interstellar communication. Despite decades of searching, the signal has never been detected again. Was it a natural phenomenon? A distant civilization trying to make contact, or something else entirely? The wow signal remains one of the most compelling pieces of evidence in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. In July 1518, the city of Strasbourg witnessed something so bizarre it sounds like fiction. A woman named Frau Trophea began dancing in the street and couldn't stop. Within days, 34 others joined her, and by the end of the month, 400 people were trapped in an uncontrollable dancing mania. Many danced themselves to death from exhaustion, heart attacks, and strokes. Local authorities, believing the only cure was more dancing, hired musicians and built a stage. The plague lasted for months before mysteriously ending. Modern theories range from ergot poisoning to mass hysteria, but no explanation fully accounts for this deadly dance that consumed an entire city. Our final mystery is perhaps the most controversial, the Shroud of Turin. This 14-foot linen cloth bears the faint image of a crucified man and has been venerated as the burial cloth of Jesus Christ. But here's where it gets scientifically fascinating. The image wasn't painted, printed, or dyed. It appears to be created by some kind of radiation or energy burst that scientists still can't replicate. Carbon dating in 1988 suggested it was medieval, but recent studies have questioned these results. The image contains 3D information that shouldn't be possible with medieval technology. Whether you're religious or not, the shroud presents a scientific puzzle that remains unsolved. 7 mysteries spanning thousands of years, each one challenging our understanding of history, science, and human capability. From ancient Greek computers to medieval dancing plagues, these enigmas remind us that our past is far more complex and mysterious than we often imagine. What fascinates me most is that despite all our modern technology and scientific methods, these mysteries remain unsolved. They're proof that history still has secrets to reveal. Which mystery intrigued you the most? Do you think any of these will ever be solved? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed diving into these historical puzzles, make sure to subscribe to History Reveal Hub for more incredible stories from our mysterious past. Next week, we'll be exploring lost civilizations that vanished without a trace. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, history is full of surprises.